94.5 PST. Did you miss anything with Chris, Joe, and Gianna on Chris and the Crew? Catch up now. This is Chris and the Crew on Demand, sponsored by Trinity Rehab. Schedule an appointment now at trinity-rehab.com.
It's 7:05. It's 94.5 PST, your number one hit music station. You hear that music? You know what that means.
I was hoping I would be sick this morning and not have to do this.
What a majestic way to wake up in the morning, right?
It is time for Master Crew Theater, starring the one Dan Zarrow, PST's chief meteorologist.
Hello, hello.
Joseph, my co-host here. We need to get you like a star name.
I'm good.
And of course, me in a co-starring role today, Chris Rollins.
All right, so we have a scene in front of us.
We have a scene in front of us. It's a popular movie. It could be a classic movie, but it was popular at the time, right? And we're going to act it out as best we can. But let me tell you, we've been in rehearsals for at least 25 minutes. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a good one. Okay, Joe, quiet on the set, everyone.
Mm-hmm. And action.
Hey, what do I have to do to strike a deal with you two, huh?
Let's go, Barbara.
Wait a minute. Come on. Just come up for a while. We'll talk inside.
I'm not staying here another minute.
I agree, but
I'll fix us up something to eat.
Home.
Barbara, how'd you do that?
Hey, hope you like Italian.
Cut.
Oh boy, the audience is
I don't think I remember.
This is a deep cut from this movie. I like that.
Say. All right,
it's
so
a bit of a wow.
If you think you know that movie, the phones are open right now. 609-243-9778. We'll give you an encore performance in just a few minutes.
Do we have to?
And we'll get to vote. Get to guesses. You're not voting. Please don't vote on our performance. Friday, 94.5 PST, your number one hit music station. That dramatic music is because we're doing Master Crew Theater. Whew. Well, we've been in rehearsal for,
all of 3 minutes, right?
All right, so we're going to act out a scene of a popular movie. I'm joined by PST's chief meteorologist, Dan Zarrow. This is one of his favorite things to do. And Joe, of course, is here.
Yeah.
We're going to act it out one more time, a little encore performance for you, and then we're going to get to the votes on the phones. Okay?
All right. We ready?
Ready.
And action.
Hey, what do I have to do to strike a deal with you two, huh?
Let's go, Barbara.
Wait a minute. Come on. Just come up for a while. We'll talk inside.
I'm not staying here another minute.
I agree, but
I'll fix us up something to eat.
Home.
Barbara, how'd you do that?
Hey, hope you like Italian.
Oh, boy.
I feel like we need costumes and makeup to really get into these roles.
Dan, there's no makeup artist here.
Ken.
All right.
I've got my makeup bag with me if you want. I can put some on.
When I was in TV, I used to do my own makeup. I can do that.
Dan, be careful what you ask for in the studio.
All right, let's go to the phones. We've got some PST listeners wanting to cast their votes here. Let's go to Noelle in Newtown. Good morning.
Morning.
Is there any possible way you knew what movie we're acting from?
The second you said it, it's Beetlejuice.
Huh, okay. That's
good.
An interesting
We'll
guess.
reveal momentarily.
We'll reveal, yep, in a minute here. Tracy in Allentown is also on the line. Hey, Tracy.
Hi, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. What do you think? What movie is that from?
Beetlejuice.
She also said Beetlejuice, and I do think it's because of Dan's acting.
I mean,
my voice.
He sells it.
Absolutely, that is, in fact, Beetlejuice.
I'm glad we only took 2 callers on this, because if we took a third and they also said Beetlejuice, that could be a problem.
You know what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. All right. You
know what would happen? This is what it's supposed to sound like.
Like the real way?
What do I have to do to strike a deal with you two? Let's go, Barbara. Wait. Come on. Just come on for a while. We'll talk inside. Come on.
I'm not staying here another minute.
Mess. Don't pay attention to it.
Adam, we have to get out of here.
I agree, but I'll fix something to eat.
Home.
Barbara, how did you do that? Hope you like Italian.
We should have had those sound effects.
That's what was missing.
Where do you think, what kind of budgeted production do you think this is? The two of you.
All right, until next time. You're planning on doing any pumpkin picking this weekend. There are some things you have to know before you hit that pumpkin patch. It's
Have
Chris
to?
and Joe. Yes, I know I'm geeking out on this, but every year I go in search of the perfect pumpkin.
Oh, boy.
So you may be laughing at me now, giving you these tips, these pro tips when you get to the pumpkin patch. But when you get out there, all of a sudden you're going to be looking around going, geez, I wish I remembered what Chris said.
What are these tips, woman? I feel like I'm giving you the same tone your husband probably gives you when it's pumpkin patch day.
Probably right.
Yeah.
Yes. And then he just follows me around the field as I inspect 85 pumpkins. So the first one is you got to check for like soft spots and signs of mold. And don't forget to check underneath because it's probably sitting and people just like look at it. But no, you got to check underneath and you got to press on it with your thumbs. If it gives a little bit, the pumpkin isn't fresh. Okay, that's number one. God. You roll your eyes and you're going to thank me when you get there. Look for one that has the handle.
You're not going to find me in a pumpkin patch, period.
Seriously, Joe, it's a great date thing.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
I argue it's not.
Joe, you go on a little hayride together.
Oh, my
Cute.
God.
It's very colorful in the pumpkin patch. You take some pictures, throw it on your Instagram or your Snap or whatever.
What were you saying about the handle?
You get home, you carve it together, you make the seeds together.
You know what's better than doing that? Than all that? Just do it.
Oh, God.
Just go to Pumpkin Town alone.
Oh, jeez. All right, so look for that. I'm ignoring that. Look for one that has its handle intact. The stem's got to be intact. And a dark green one is better because that means it was recently picked, not a brown one. I mean, the brown ones are okay, but it's not as fresh as if it's still a little green. Tap the outside of the pumpkin. A hollow sound means that it's more likely to be easier to carve. If you're into that, you're not listening to me.
I'm just letting you talk for the audience. I figured it's for them, not
Look
for me.
for pumpkins with flat walls, no deep ribs, although I like the deep ribs sometimes, but those are better for carving again. And, if you think you found the one, set it on a flat surface to be sure that it sits upright and doesn't lean to one side because that's
you don't like a curvy is what you're saying.
Shut up.
It's Can't Beat Chris. Can't Beat Chris on 94.5 PST.
Here we go, Chris Rollins. What are we at? 14-ish days or so? Running up a streak?
14.
Well, I have a formidable opponent here to break you down. Good morning, PST. Who's this?
This is Janet from Jackson.
Janet, you ready to beat Chris Rollins?
I'm ready. I'm going to give it my best shot.
Yeah, you want to go into the weekend a winner, right? That's what we want here. All right. So, Chris, you leave the room.
So do I. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I want you to start the weekend a loser.
All right, I'll be back.
All right, Janet. As Chris makes her way out, I'll explain the rules. If you're new here, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Ooh, Chris will not hear your answers. When she comes back, she's going to get the exact same 3, and we'll see who gets more right, okay?
All right.
All right. First, our quiz starts now. First question. Harry Styles released his song Lights Up 5 years ago today. He was originally part of the boy band One Direction. How many members were in that band?
One Direction 5.
Do you want to lock in 5 as your guess?
Sure.
We're locking in 5. Reality star Bethany Frankel recently called off her engagement. What City of Housewives franchise was Bethany Frankel a part of?
The City of Housewives? Bethany Frankel. New Jersey?
Do you want to lock in New Jersey?
Yeah, sure.
Confidence goes a long way. And the third and final question for you, and then I promise the spotlight's off you, Janet. Drummer Travis Barker posted a birthday post for his son's birthday. Which Kardashian sister is Travis married to? I think all the girls' names start with K, so I'll tell you what's something with a K.
Yeah. Honestly, the only one that I really know is Chloe, but I don't think it's her. But I'm gonna have to go with that, I guess.
So you said Chloe?
Chloe. Yeah, I know it's wrong.
We've locked in Chloe. I'll motion for Chris Rollins to come back. As Chris Rollins makes her way back into the room, I will tell you Can't Be Chris is powered by Legoland Discovery Center Philadelphia. Jump into your world of creativity, color, and playful learning. You can get info and tickets at philadelphia.legolanddiscoverycenter.com. Hello, Chris Rollins.
Hey there.
Are you ready, Chris Rollins?
I am so ready.
All right, we'll see here. Janet, are you ready to hear Chris's answers?
How'd you do, Janet? Oh, boy.
We don't really want to talk about it.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Jeez. All right,
Here we go.
Now I'm nervous. They might be hard.
Round 2 of our game show starts now.
Okay.
Harry Styles released his song Lights Up 5 years ago today. He was a part of the boy band One Direction. How many members were in that band?
Oh. All right, well, we have obviously Harry, Zayn, Louis, Niall.
Can you just come up with a number?
I feel, and Liam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Chris said 5. Janet.
That's right.
Also said 5,
Ooh.
and you're both?
Yes.
Correct.
Oh, man.
Tied 1-1. Going into
job.
question number 2. Here we go. Question 2. Reality star Bethany Frankel recently called off her engagement. What city of Housewives was she originally a part of? The Real Housewives.
New York.
You said New York. Janet said New Jersey.
Yeah, you know
Chris is correct.
Ooh.
It is New York. So Chris,
I thought you had that one.
So Chris is 2, Janet is 1, and the third and final question. Drummer Travis Barker posted a birthday post for his son's birthday. Which Kardashian sister is Travis married to?
Okay, this is an easy one. Courtney.
Chris said Courtney. Janet said the only Kardashian sister she could think of was Chloe, but she wasn't sure if it was right. It is Courtney.
You know, I admittedly know way too much about the Kardashians.
They do. All right, Janet, I hate to say it, but you got to give us that phrase of shame.
I'm Janet from Jackson, and I can't be Chris.
Well, the good news is you could drown your sorrows tonight when you go to see Justin Timberlake out at the Wells Fargo Center in Philly. Hang on, Janet. For everyone else, there are still some last-minute tickets available at Ticketmaster.com.
Listen Monday morning at 7:40 for another chance to beat Chris on 94.5 PST. It's Chris and the Crew's Daily Scoop.
It looks like Diddy is staying in jail.
Well, we keep saying that every time we do the scoop, right?
Yep. So this was his third appeal to get out of jail to await his trial. And he was actually in court yesterday. His mom showed up, 84 years old. 6 of his 7 kids were there. And did you know he had 7 kids? I
think
knew
we
he
did,
had
yeah.
7 kids. My God. And the judge said...
His mom is old.
Yeah, 84.
Yeah, wow.
He waved to his mom in court, smiled, hugged his lawyers. The judge said, nope, not getting out of jail. The prosecution had said that, he could intimidate witnesses, tamper with evidence. He's a flight risk because, he's got money. He's got access to private planes and stuff like that. So he stayed in jail. He wasn't happy about that. And the court date is going to be, or the trial date is set for May 5th. So if you were supposed to be at the Justin Timberlake show the other night at the Prudential Center, which got postponed at the very last minute because of some injury he had, you're in luck because it's been rescheduled for Tuesday night, this Tuesday, October 15th. And you know what? That's a pretty big deal because sometimes it takes months to get these shows rescheduled.
It's just the logistics, right?
And tonight in Philly, he's good. We haven't heard anything otherwise.
Yeah,
so I think
he's
you're good.
rescheduled, you're good for tonight.
You're good for Philly tonight, yeah. Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds donated $1 million to hurricane relief. A lot of stars starting to do this. I like seeing this because they certainly need help down there. Taco Bell brought back their double-decker tacos, but only around until the end of the month. So if you like these, you better get your hands on some. And today is National Coming Out Day.
It is. It's one of my favorite days of the year.
Yes, there you go. So, you know what? If you need some help coming out, you call us. We'll help you come out.
What? Will we?
Ah, come on.
Oh,
We'll support everybody, right?
Yeah, but I
just want to be supportive.
But you do it on your own time.
Absolutely.
That is the most important thing.
If you need some help, we're always available for you. All right, there's the scoop. Your bride and your groom was caught doing some work on his laptop during the wedding reception. Wouldn't you be mad? It's Chris and the Crew. It's Chris and Joe. The phones are open. You can call in anytime. 609-243-9778. Or you can always tell us in the 94.5 PST app chat.
Before that, Chris, it's the last day of $30,000 in your hand. Can you be really nice?
177.
That's the ADAM code.
177.
Yeah, nice.
So this groom, tell me you're a workaholic without telling me you're a workaholic. The picture of this guy working on his laptop, the groom, in the middle of his own wedding reception is going viral. His coworker posted it on LinkedIn to show how dedicated to his job he is.
I like that.
How about be dedicated to your bride on your wedding day? I couldn't believe this. It's gotten me angry, honestly.
Why?
This reminds me of you.
Oh, absolutely.
Stop working. Life will go on without you. Work will go on without you.
What you're saying is he stepped away.
So this picture shows him sitting on his laptop while everybody's up dancing. People online are calling it sad, one of the most depressing LinkedIn posts ever. Now, some people are jumping to his defense, saying that, and his boss even came forward and said, I didn't make him do that. He's a co-founder of this software company, whatever. And the other co-founder explained that they had just brought on a really big client that needed something ASAP. I don't care what's happening.
Ooh,
so
Chris.
He wasn't on his laptop for long, apparently. He just had to let another employee access some code, and the whole thing took maybe 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like he ducked out of his wedding for an hour or something. But come on, you didn't have. I would have had a plan set up. Look, this is my wedding day. Can you all handle this while I'm not here?
What does it matter? I mean, sometimes there are things that you're the only one. You're the only one with access to this. No. He's clearly has a vital position. Now, his boss said he didn't have to.
He should have made sure that somebody else could have handled this during his wedding.
You can't think everything through. On days off still, I fire off emails for things I have to.
You shouldn't.
Somebody asks me a question here, and I'm a very important person behind the scenes here.
Well, you think you're
I'm
a very important person.
Behind the scenes here with a big job. We have that corporate boss, and we used to joke with him.
Well, it's where's the life? Where's the work-life balance here if you can't even go to your own wedding without having to work?
Well, we have that corporate boss, and you know which one I'm talking about, the one that lives locally. Our corporate friend, Jared. And we used to joke with him before he had kids, we used to joke with him, you're going to be in the living room firing off emails. And I am almost certain Jared basically did.
No, he did not.
I think he did.
While his wife was giving birth?
You should text him and ask him if he fired off emails.
If I were his wife, I would have clocked him.
I think his level of dedication, he's making sure the lights stay on for us, Chris Rollins.
No, I think you're using the wrong word. I don't think dedication is the right word. You could be dedicated to a job and still have a decent work-life balance. You have to.
I don't think
for your
matters.
mental health.
So you gotta get a paycheck.
Should we do third call says it all? Third call says we have to just settle this once and for all. What do you think? Was he wrong working at his wedding reception, or are you excusing this? Groom who was caught on his laptop in the middle of his wedding reception. It's going viral. People are disgusted. There's no work-life balance. Although on the other side, some people are saying, it was only 5 minutes. Just chill.
And his boss said he didn't force him to work.
Some big client was coming on, was onboarding, and one of his other coworkers was handling it, but needed some kind of an access code or something. Poor planning. Something should have been completely arranged so he could be completely present at his wedding. It's a wedding reception.
It is no big deal.
God, talk about a precursor of what her life is going to be.
But you know what? What if she wants the honeymoon? Someone's going to have to pay for it.
Oh please, she makes her own money.
But you need two incomes. Weddings are expensive these days, woman.
Let's go to the phone.
We said third call would say it all, right?
Yeah, third call says it all. Let's go to Alexis in Levittown. Hey, Alexis, what do you think about this?
Oh, it's absolutely ridiculous. I would have signed the divorce papers before the marriage license. I mean, yes, that's an indicator of what her life will be.
Right?
Forget it.
Right?
She had to know that he was. She had to know he was dedicated to the work before the wedding.
All right, let's go to Cherie in Princeton. What do you think, Cherie?
Oh, I'm 210% behind him.
Him?
She knew she was marrying, number one. That's right. She knew she was marrying. I'm sure she loves the income and the clout. And number two, he wasn't on that long. And he's the founder of the company. He's not some regular old employee. And I bet you that access code was a code that nobody can have except for him.
If he's the founder of the company, he has employees that could have handled this for 3 hours.
I would never have given them that
during his wedding reception.
No.
God.
She was getting into. She knew it.
You know I always love you, Cherie.
All right, now we're going to bring on Jared. Jared's one of our corporate bosses here at the radio station. Jared, please do not tell me you were shooting off emails during your wife's birth.
During my wife's, at the altar, I had, I was asked, "Do you take?" I said, "Just give me 1 second." I checked my email real fast.
What?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Jared! Oh my God.
But so when your kids were born, we always used to joke with you, like, "Oh, you're going to be sending emails in the delivery room." Did you?
Well, not the delivery room. Not like wife digging her nails into one arm and I've got my iPhone in the other. But it is a long process. So 8 hours. The whole thing takes 8 hours. So sure, we weren't in the delivery room yet. And in between contractions, I may have sent an email or two.
Oh my! You should have been rubbing her back. You should have been saying positive things to her, not worried about work.
I did all that.
He did.
I did all that for 8 hours.
8 hours.
And then he had to send you an email about your poor performance, Chris, right? All right, I think Jared got the final word there.
Yeah,
there you go.
Third call says it all. You were the third call on that one. This is crazy. So how would you like to never exercise again? Just take a pill. An exercise pill.
Really?
Oh my God, Joe. It's Chris and Joe, by the way. Yeah, I was reading online that scientists in Denmark say that they've come up with this pill that mimics some of the effects of, are you ready for this? Running a 10K. So you could be as lazy as you want, pop this pill, and you're getting some of the effects. Now, some of the effects. So before you get too excited, it doesn't come with all the benefits of running. Like, obviously, your legs aren't going to get stronger. But the lead author says that the new molecule they developed does kind of mimic the effects that it has on your metabolism.
But on what body parts? It's not making your muscles
your
better.
Metabolism.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of helps, it brings your body into like a state where you can burn calories faster like you would if you ran all that way. Who wants to run a 10K? Good Lord.
Good Lord. Oh. Chris, we're saying that at the time of the morning where a lot of people are coming in and out of the gym doing things like that.
Look, all power to you. I stay all the time because I pass some gyms in the morning and they're packed. Good for you. I just know my limits.
My limit's taking
Give me a pill.
My limit's at the pill.
It's Chris and the Crew's Daily Scoop.
Looks like Diddy stayed in jail. Yeah, he was in court for the first time yesterday afternoon in Manhattan. This was, the purpose of this court date was to set a date for his trial, set the boundaries and stuff like that. And his legal team had also appealed for the third time to get him out of jail before the trial, leading up to the trial. He was denied. The prosecution had, fought that he could intimidate witnesses, tamper with evidence. He was a flight risk because, he's got the means to leave on private planes and things like that. So he's staying in jail. The trial date has been set for May 5th. His 84-year-old mom, 6 of his 7 kids were in jail yesterday. In the courtroom yesterday.
I always wonder now, right? I'm not being sympathetic to Diddy. The allegations are absolutely disgusting. But when these things happen, I always think about the parents. Like, that's an 80-some-odd-year-old woman going, oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, I'm sure it was hard to see him like that. So yesterday, Selena Gomez gave away a bunch of money. This is so fantastic. Selena and Sephora donated 100% of global sales of rare beauty products to mental health resources yesterday.
That's really cool.
Incredible. I love that. So if you were supposed to be at the Justin Timberlake show the other night at the Prudential Center, which got postponed at the very last minute because of some kind of injury he had, you're in luck. It's been rescheduled for this Tuesday night, October 15th. That's a big deal. Usually it takes months to reschedule these shows. Obviously he's okay, right? Philly show on for tonight?
Philly show on for tonight, yeah.
All good. Jelly Roll's album comes out today, Beautifully Broken. Joe, this is the one that, like Taylor, he has over 100 songs that he did for this album. 22 made it.
Wow.
Are we seeing a double album from him tonight like we did Taylor? I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
But it reminded me of Taylor. And Jimmy Fallon is doing a holiday comedy album. It's called Holiday Seasoning. It comes out November 1st. It's going to include previously released songs with Meghan Trainor, Dolly Parton, Joe, you'll love that, Ariana Grande, and Megan Thee Stallion. All right, there's the scoop.
Wait for this game.
It's Chris and the Crew. It's not a game. It's Chris and the Crew. It's Chris and Joe this morning. So I just found this online that the average body count nowadays, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
How many people you've been with?
Mm-hmm.
Is 14. That's the average.
Ooh.
Are you above average or are you below average on this one, Joe?
Well, let's start with you, Chris Rollins.
Well, I can tell you I'm below average. I have told you this before, and if you've listened for a while, it does not change. The story is not like the fish story that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. My story does not change. I can count the amount of people that I have Now, Joe, let's do a definition here.
I was going to ask clarification.
We're not talking hookups here. We're talking the deed. Okay?
But the definition of the deed varies to different people, though.
Okay. Well, how are we going to do this without being thrown off the air? But
let's say basis.
I'm talking all the way.
So home plate.
Home plate. All the way.
Hits
I'm talking
a home
about doing it.
Not a single, not a double.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can count the amount of people that I have been all the way with on one hand. Now, it's the whole hand. But,
I bet so.
But it's one hand.
Wow.
Can you do that, Joe?
How many, can you line up?
Does your boyfriend know how many people you've been with?
No, because I don't know how many people I've been with.
Come on.
I don't.
Come on.
God, and my mother's not listening. No.
We were joking. Gianna and I were joking about this yesterday, saying, oh, it's like 100. How close are we?
I don't say this to sound, I'm going to sound like I'm being like braggadocious and obnoxious.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Over that.
I've gotten lucky, literally and figuratively. Oh, it's over that.
Over 100?
Over, yeah.
Joe.
If you figure I've been doing it, for more years, and if I averaged, I can't do math, but I think it's closer to 150 and up. I'm not making that up. I swear to you.
Oh, my God.
I swear to you. You're turning purple on my behalf.
My God.
I don't say that to be braggadocious.
We said 100 as a joke yesterday.
But what's the line now?
I told you what the line is.
I'm unique. So 14's the average. But I'm always fascinated if a guy finds out that a girl, her number is higher than his.
Yeah.
Does he get weird about that?
I think he does.
Yeah?
I think he definitely does.
Is your number higher than your husband's?
John's is much higher than mine.
Oh, how does that make you feel?
I got him, didn't I? He's with me. But yeah, he had a lot of girlfriends. Not as high as you.
Well, not everyone.
I would say maybe 2-3 hands.
But
not any more than 2-3 hands.
A blind nut gets a blind squirrel gets a nut.
Right,
every once in a while. I get lucky. All right, Chris, our studio is full of some special guests right now, right?
Yes, we're so colorful. We're having fun in here. Would you like to introduce them?
Hi, I'm Melissa Patterson. I am the president of New Hope Celebrates.
I am Sir Harold Angels. I am the current reigning title holder of Mr. New Hope Celebrates 2024.
And I am Diva Divine Monroe, and I'm your current reigning Miss New Hope Celebrates.
We have royalty with us, actually, is what that means.
I should have worn my gown.
So why do we have all this fabulousness with us on this beautiful Friday morning? It's because last night you guys kicked off the month of Out in New Hope celebrations, right?
That's correct. We have Out in New Hope this month in celebration of LGBTQ plus History Month. This coming Sunday, we will have our current reigning Miss Congeniality from our pageant.
Oh, fun.
That is hosting a party bus that part of the proceeds they will be donating back to New Hope Celebrates. On the 19th, we'll be doing our Drag Queen Story Hour with Lambertville Library. On the 24th, we are working with Bucks County Playhouse to do LGBTQ plus night out to see Rocky Horror Picture, which is featuring Frankie Garnett again this year.
I was just going to say,
right? Mm-hmm.
Joe, wasn't that what you went to last year when you met Ariana?
And I was there the night Ariana Grande was in there.
I heard she's coming opening night.
Oh.
I might need to camp out.
Wow.
And then entire month culminates with our annual high heel drag race.
Joe is in rehearsals. He's been practicing.
Which Joe will be running with us this year.
He looked fabulous last year. We're working on his outfit.
I think this year's outfit might give it a run.
Okay, Joe.
Yeah, I think,
Okay.
Yeah.
He was really good. So he's been walking around in heels in the office just to kind of prepare.
Melissa, can you remind us of the rules of the race as we gear up? Right, I have a little over 2.5 weeks or so to prep.
He's been toning his calves.
Is it 3-inch heels we have to do this in?
It is. Wow. It is 3-inch heels, and we do measure.
And Melissa's the one with the tape measure, Chris. She stands next to me and measures it, and I was nervous.
Do you know what shoes you're wearing this?
I mean, we have some folks in the room that could probably give you tips.
I'm thinking.
I might give you a 4 or a 5-inch, so I don't know if you're ready for. If you don't want to do the 3, we can go a little higher for you.
We're not talking those thin heels, right? Can they be like chunky heels?
They can. I mean, if you really want to compete, though, do it right.
A nice stiletto. Come on, Chris. A nice little stiletto.
Okay.
So what we're not disclosing is you run uphill, Chris Rollins.
And what did you have?
With a pumpkin.
Pumpkin. I was
with
going
a
to say,
pumpkin in
a
hand.
pumpkin in your hand.
Yeah, and I know. In a couple of weeks we're going to talk to Miss Pumpkin.
Yes.
Our host and MC of that fabulous event. But you run up and then you decorate it and then you run downhill. Have you ever run up and downhill in heels?
No. That is so many fabulous events. I know everybody is welcome, right? Anybody can participate. Where can everybody find this list of events, times, dates, things like that?
Absolutely. And everyone is welcome to join us. So you can find information about all of these events at newhopecelebrates.com. And we are also at New Hope Celebrates on both Instagram and Facebook. So please check us out.
Nothing like anywhere else. It's not like big city prides, right? Like this weekend, Philadelphia is having Outfest and stuff. What the heart of New Hope shines through this month, right?
Absolutely. And when you're in New Hope, you're really part of the community. You're really at home, even if you're a stranger or you just moved to town. But you're really part of the family. You're really part of the community. So this month is really important just to highlight just being who you are and the importance of just going out, having fun, and just celebrating queer culture, queer life.
Oh, this all sounds like so much fun. Again, details at newhopecelebrates.com.
This was Chris and the Crew on Demand, sponsored by Trinity Rehab. Schedule an appointment now at trinity-rehab.com. Wake up with Chris and the Crew, weekdays 6 until 10 on your #1 hit music station, 94.5 PST.